Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Javed. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum. My mic was muted.
Okay, no problem.
I said assalamu alaikum, but I hope you didn't hear me.
Yeah, we were not able to hear you, but now alhamdulillah we're good.
Inshallah.
Okay, so inshallah 1 more minute. Hopefully the rest of the people will join. So we'll start the class then, inshallah. Just give me a quick second. Okay, so inshallah we'll start and we'll give them a minute or so for other people to join. So Brother Ijaz, can you send a message to Brother Khalid?
Yes, I will send him.
Yeah, he said he's coming, so inshallah he'll be
Okay.
soon.
अबुल भाई आज बैकग्राउंड कुछ चेंज हुई लगती.
Oh, yeah, that is my. Let's see if I can find. Okay, yeah, something is there. Let's blur it so that I don't have any background today for a different reason. I don't know why. That's okay. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay. So we'll give the people can join, but inshallah we'll start. So nahmuduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah, once again, with the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are here, inshallah, taking a different approach today and trying to dive into the grammatical analysis of the Quranic verses. And for that purpose, we have chosen Surah Al-Mulk as our starting point. And you will be surprised that in the process, it will be very enlightening to see that how the different aspects of grammar we have learned, how we are able to apply them to this verse. And this one verse, even though so small, will be lucky if we can finish the whole thing in 1 hour. Okay, so there are so many topics in this one verse, and inshallah, once I share with you, you will start to see the beauty of it, and also you might find it really, really, very happy to see what I'm about to share with you. Okay, so with that said, Jazakallah khairan everyone for coming. Today is the
Recite
night.
on every night.
Yes, alhamdulillah, that's very good. So, mashallah, there are 10
माशाल्लाह
people. Yeah.
Very good.
Alhamdulillah. So we know that, let's start with the hadith that you all know, that the adab qabr is a haqq, is a truth, is a fact, and we all seek forgiveness and protection from it. So Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, and nearest to the meaning, I'm not quoting the hadith word for word. The meaning is that he said, I wish every ummati of mine memorizes this surah, which has 30 verses and it starts with Tabarakallah. And the benefit of this surah, explained by the hadith, is that it will protect the person in the grave from the punishment of the azab al-qabr. So if you have memorized it, alhamdulillah, that's a good start. If you haven't, maybe this is the starting point. It's only 30 verses. It's very small. It takes less than, once you memorize it, it takes less than 3 minutes to read the whole surah. And if you're regular in reading it, maybe by just looking at every night before you go to bed, that will also inshallah help us, because Allah's promise is, and Allah's and His Messenger's promise is true. Okay. So okay, so when we look at a verse, how do we, start thinking about it, or what is our starting point? So first thing is, I have made a couple of documents. One of them is this one, which I showed you last time. This is my reference document from the teachers. And then this is the document I made to share with you to help you understand that what am I going to teach you. Now look at the number of pages I have, 162. So in a nutshell, this one verse, the concepts in this one word, if I have to go in detail, it will take 162 pages to explain to you every little detail about this thing. So are you already shocked?
Yes, indeed.
Alhamdulillah.
Lawful.
So, yeah, so imagine I did this, and once I show it to you, I mean, we don't need to know all of that at one shot. But another thing you need to know is that this 162 pages, we have already covered it. Is that,
Alhamdulillah.
Brother,
alhamdulillah, is that another shock to you guys?
No, the shock is relaxed now.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Abed. A humble request.
Yeah.
That is it possible to share all this? And I know most of that you have already shared, but if you can do it again, please.
Yes, I will, inshallah,
Thank you.
after the class. Okay. So, so let's just look at this verse first of all, and then I'll dive into it. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. So, word for word meaning is, blessed is he. Allazi means the one who, right? Tabaraka is a verb. So
Yes.
meaning is,
Yes.
blessed is he, biyadihi, in whose hand, al-Mulk is the dominion, the kingdom.
Badshah.
Badshahi. Wa is and, huwa is he, Allah is over, kulli shay'in, everything, qadir, all powerful. So this is the introduction to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the very beginning of the surah, that who is Allah? He is the blessed one in whose hand is the dominion, and he is over everything, all powerful. Okay, so blessed is he in whose hand is the dominion, and he is over all things, competent or all powerful. वो खुदा जिसके हाथ में बादशाही है, बड़ी बरकत वाला है, और वो हर चीज़ पर कादिर है. Right? So I'll inshallah try to cover a little bit of Urdu in there as well. Let's see. Okay, so what is our starting point when we look at a verse like this and then think about the grammar we know? So for that, I have put together this document that the step number one is, so because see, most of you will get really overwhelmed by looking at it and say, where do I start from? So the starting point is, we determine the parts of speech, that is noun, particle, and verb. Now this is our lecture number one. How many people remember that from Nahaf course?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the parts of speech, and that's where the review comes into the play, right? So right now, when I do this, I am going to give you basically a review of what you have covered and how this is applicable at this point, okay? So we know that in English language, the parts of speech are 8. How many parts of speech in English language?
8.
8. However, in the Arabic language,
It's 3.
they have been condensed into 3.
3.
Why? But look at count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Correct?
Yeah.
So there is no difference. The parts of speech are still 8, but in the Arabic language, they have divided into,
Grouping is different. Yeah.
yes, a noun, verb, and particle. In the noun, they have taken the noun, the pronoun, the adjective, the adverb, and interjection. Now, I'm sure that you may not remember now, but all of this we have covered. Each and everything I have said here, we have covered in the last 2 years. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. Verb is by itself, same as in English. Harf, when we think about harf, we say harf-e-jar, which is the preposition, and then the conjunction, the harf-e-ataf,
Okay.
which is the wow, right? And then fa. Those are some of the haruf-e-ataf. So first thing first, when we look at this surah right here, then we look at, okay, what is tabarak? Is tabarak a noun or is it a verb?
Verb.
Okay.
From Baraka.
Yes. So for that, I have given you this tool right here. So if you have been using it, maybe start using it now. So look at this. Is tabarak in a different color than the allazi?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because tabaraka is a verb. Yes?
Yeah.
So step number 1, we are trying to identify what part of speech it belongs to. Is that good information so far?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, good.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
So now tabaraka, we know that is a verb. Now we will move on and we will come back to tabaraka once we are ready to think about a verb. Allazi is a relative noun. What is it?
A relative noun.
So it
Relative
is
noun.
part of a noun. So we will say allazi is a noun. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have this red, the letter ba. Now is this a harf?
Yes.
Harf-e-jar, yes.
Yes, harf-e-jar. And then the yad is also a noun.
Is-
Yad means hand.
Is it a small noun? Sorry,
Noun.
sorry. Yeah. Oh, noun. Yeah.
No,
Oh, sorry.
ism and noun is same thing.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sleepy.
Okay. Is everybody with me so far? I would like to hear some more people.
Yes.
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Okay, good. So the when I'm gonna break it down, then I'll show you what is this. So B is a harf, yad is a hand, is a part of a body, and do we have? Okay, we'll talk about it later.
He.
And
Yeah.
then he here is a pronoun.
Pronoun. Yeah.
Noun.
Now when we think about pronoun, we know
Mudaf
that
and
there are two kind of pronouns,
Attach and detach.
and the detached.
This is
Okay, is that coming back to you now with the information we
Yes.
covered in
Yeah.
Nahw? Okay. Al-Mulku is a noun and it is a proper noun.
Proper noun.
proper noun.
Why? Because there is al. Yes. And when the al comes, the tanween drops. If there was no al, it would have been
Yeah.
mulkun.
Mulkun. Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have already identified that most of the things in this verse or part of the verse, only tabarak is the verb, allazi is a noun, this is a letter, this is a noun, this is a pronoun, and this is a definite noun. So far with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if that is the case, then what is the second thing I've been saying to you, that when you think about a noun, you have to think about the 4 properties: the type, the adad,
Yeah.
the gender, and the
Standard and status.
how many people remember that?
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, if in this
Alhamdulillah.
verse, yes, if in this verse most of the things are nouns, then is it important to know what is the type, what are the 4 characteristics of that noun?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then the step number 3 is that we know that the Arabic language is composed of sentences. Yes?
Yeah.
How many sentences we have in Arabic language?
2.
2. Nominal sentence,
Yeah.
Jumla Ismiyyah,
Mia. And
and the
Jumla
verbal
Failure.
sentence,
Yeah.
Ismiyyah and
Jumla.
And Failure.
Okay, so then does it make sense that we need to know a lot about Jumla Ismiyyah before we can delve into this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So at this point, I'm going to change, let's see, I'll go to my camera. Can you guys see this? What's going on in my, can you see my screen?
Yeah. Yeah, we can see.
Okay, good. So I have learned this by writing. I cannot do this in my head. Okay. So first thing I did, I'm going to do this. I'm running out of my markers. They're getting bad. So this is, we know that this is verb, right? Yes?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Allazi, give it a name.
Noun.
Mm.
Ismi
It's
mawsuf.
it's one also. It's one
Okay.
also.
Then we know that this letter ba, actually, this is harf,
Al-Fajr.
this is ism, and this is zamir.
Zamir.
Yes? Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Harf jar, ism, zamir. And this is ism, and I know that it is ma'rifa. Yes? Okay. This is harf ataf. I can hear myself back if somebody's speaker is too loud. Now, huwa, is it a zamir?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this zamir was attached. Agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is detached.
Okay.
This is detached. This is attached. Correct? Okay. Ala, harf jar.
Al-Fajr.
Agree?
Perfect. Yes.
Okay. Now, kulli is a ism, but we'll come back to that. Shay is ism,
Ism.
and kadir is ism.
Ism.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now let's look at this one. What I did, I broke it down to smaller chunks because I separated by the vav. Yes? Vav is harf ataf.
Al-Fatah.
Al-Fajr.
Now, when we think about a verb, what information do we have about verb? Let's look at this chart first. Tabaraka. I can hear myself in the one of somebody has to turn down their volume, I guess.
I think if all of us mute, then the echo will go away.
Okay, so it looks like somebody's mic or speaker is so loud. I guess I'm hearing myself back. This is the first time it's happening. I don't know why. Okay, but I need somebody.
Okay now. Yes.
Okay, so I need most of you to participate with me because I will feel more engaged if you guys are with me on this. Okay.
Inshallah.
Okay. So when we think about a verb, we know that there are root letters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we know that in the tabaraka we have
Baraka.
ba, ra,
Ra, ka.
and ta, and it is coming from bab tafa ulun. This is the family. Okay. So we know that we need to know the root letters and we need to know the family. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Once we know that, we need to know how to make the madi and mudari. Okay.
Yeah. We haven't done Tafa'ulun family
Yeah,
yet.
that is fine. But if you have the pattern,
Yeah.
if you know that you can substitute ta, fa, ain, lam, you know all these values. There is an extra ta and there is an extra alif in there,
Alif,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
So if you follow the rule
Yeah.
does not change. You need to do the substitution. So baraka will become
Tabaraka.
tabaraka
Yeah.
and yatabaraka. Yatabarak.
Mudare. Yeah. Yeah.
Mudari, right? So this study is known as sarf. The study of verb is known as
Surf.
sarf. Did we just finish sarf?
Yeah.
First we did basic sarf and then we did the weak letters or
Yeah.
the weak verbs.
Weak verbs.
Okay, so we are very recent with this information. When I have tabaraka, then in my mind I have a jumla failiyah. If I have to make a sentence with a verb,
Yeah.
what kind of jumla is that?
Jumla failure.
Jumla failiyah. That means the minimum I need to know about jumla failiyah is the fail
And file.
And the file.
Full.
Agree with me on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I go back to the verse, can I say that tabaraka is the verb?
Yes.
Are you with me,
Yes.
guys? Okay.
Yes.
Then am I looking for file?
Yes.
File.
I'm gonna leave this here to cool down.
I'm looking for the file, right?
Yeah.
Now, is the file could be
Yeah.
inside
Is fine.
or outside?
Yes. It can be inside or outside.
Okay. And what is our rule? When we have Siga number 1 and 4, we can have both situation. We can have either inside or outside.
Outside.
Is this Siga number 1?
Siga number 1, yes.
Okay. And we
Yes.
know that this is Ism al-Mawsul. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. If Ism Mawsul comes with a partner, when you have Ism Mawsul, you need to have a sila.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody with me on that? When you see a Ism Mawsul, there has to be a sila. Now the sila is either a nominal sentence or a verbal sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So mostly it is a verbal sentence and rarely it is a nominal sentence. Making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now look at this. Is bi yadihi is letter ba, yadun and he.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes? Okay. So we know that letter ba is harf jar. Yes? Harf jar has a partner called majroor. Yes?
Yes.
Right.
And we will go in detail, but right now I'm just trying to build the case here. So if you take yadi he, what is the translation of this?
His hand.
His
Hand.
hand. Now, can I also say hand of
Yeah.
his?
Yeah.
Yes. So that means that yadihi is mudaf
Mudaf alayh.
mudaf ilayh. Yes. Can this together is one unit?
Yes.
Then that becomes my majroor. So the letter ba is harf jar, yadihi is majroor. You guys see that part?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Al-Mulku is the definite noun and the capacity is ma'rifa.
Ma'rifa.
Okay. With this information, can I say that over here, Allazi is my ism mawsul and bi yadihi is my khabar. Yes. And al-mulku is my mubtada. Yes.
Yeah.
Khabar and mubtada is what? Nominal sentence. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. If we say khabar and mubtada is a nominal sentence, and this is the example, and I'm going to come to that why the khabar first and mubtada later. There is a sequence in Jumla Ismiyyah where the khabar can come before the mubtada.
Yeah.
We call it
When the
khabar
Hurf jar
muqaddam.
comes before, then yeah.
Yeah, we call it khabar muqaddam and mubtada muakhar. Yes. So in this case, did I just say that ism mawsul supposed to have a sila? And it
Yes.
could be a nominal sentence or a verbal sentence?
Yes.
Yes. So is this nominal sentence my sila?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can I say that my ism mawsul and sila is my file? Can I say that?
Yes, you can say that.
Looking at the translation, it makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
Yes. So now when we look at this document, once I show you this information, then you'll start to, I'm just trying to build the case so that you guys know how am I thinking. Okay, look at this. Over here, is tabarak the fail?
Yes.
Are you guys with me? Agree with me on this one so far?
Yes. We went
Okay.
through that one.
Allazi is ism mawsul.
Yeah.
Okay. So bi yadihi is jar, majroor, mudaf, mudafin ilayh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Is it khabar muqaddam?
Yes.
Al-Mulku is the mubtada, which is mubtada muakhar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it Jumla Ismiyyah?
Yes.
Yes.
So this becomes sila.
Yeah.
Yes. The Mosul and sila is one unit.
Yeah.
So then it is my file.
Mashallah.
Yes.
You guys see the big picture now? How am I doing this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody else, I need to hear more people
Yeah.
talk.
It's
Yeah.
ground up.
Okay. Yes. So mashallah, this is how we think, and this is how we put all the knowledge together. So I'm going to talk about Jumla Ismiyyah in a lot of detail right now. But so far, if you're okay with this, then when we have a fail and a file, then up to here, let me take my marker. So up to here, this is file. Yes, this is my verb.
Verb.
So the fail and this whole file is my verbal sentence. Yes,
Yeah.
this whole thing is my verbal sentence.
Verbal sentence.
Up to wow. Did you see how I took little pieces like a puzzle, start building on it until I get to the sentence? You guys see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did I say over here? First thing first, we start, anytime I give you a verse, you need to look at the first thing. What are the different parts of speech? Once I know the parts of speech, if I'm dealing with a noun, I need to know these 4 important things about the noun. Agree?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Similarly, I need to know at the end of the day, am I dealing with a nominal sentence or a verbal sentence? Right? And there could be small nominal sentences and small verbal sentences, and they form groups with other things, and then they become one big sentence. Yes? Right?
Yeah.
So, what do we know about Jumla Ismiyyah? We know that Jumla Ismiyyah, now I'm going to take you to Jumla Ismiyyah because in this verse, Jumla Ismiyyah is the key thing, right? So, Jumla Ismiyyah is a sentence that starts with a noun.
Yeah.
No problem.
No.
Right.
As a subject, mubtada, and a predicate, khabar.
Mhm.
What is mubtada? Mubtada is the starting thing. That word starts with. Now, if it's a nominal sentence, is it going to start with a noun or a verb?
No.
Noun.
Noun. Okay. Noun. So that is why it's called mubtada. Ibtada mean something which starts.
It starts.
So no, ibtada is start from the beginning. But mubtada is something which starts. Yes? Okay. For example, when a person is single, when he gets married, we call him married. Before he was single. But then we say married. His name changes from single to married. Similarly, ibtada is the meaning of like a beginning. But the thing which begins is called mubtada.
Mubtada.
Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So both the subject and the predicates are always marfu, meaning they are on the status of rafa.
Rafa.
The subject is mostly marifa, definite, and the predicate is mostly indefinite. This is in a nutshell what we have been learning all along, that what is the Jumla Ismiyyah. Everybody with me on that so far?
Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Okay. So look at this. Al-Kitabu Jadidun. Is Al-Kitab Mubtada?
Yes.
Yes.
Why? Because it is Rafa.
Rafa.
What is our what is our criteria to find out Mubtada? It has to be Rafa
Rafa
and
status.
Marifa. So is it Marifa?
Yes.
Al-Kitab.
Al-Islam. Yeah.
Yes. So, and Al-Kalamu Maksurun. That is the Mubtada and that Khabar. That the kalam is broken. What is the news about the kalam? That the kalam is broken. When you have this sort of structure, the is, in English when we say is, because that is does not exist in Arabic. With this combination, you get the translation, the book is new. It's not new book. It is the book is new.
Yeah.
Is that making sense?
Yeah.
The pen
We can
is
say the
broken.
book is new.
The book is new is the meaning of this Jumla Ismiyyah. Otherwise, it will become a fragment. Making sense? Okay.
Yeah, and when we say new book, then it becomes is not become a proper noun.
It will be
Just like
Kitabun
kitab.
Jadidun. If you have to say new book, it will be Kitabun Jadidun.
Jadidun. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Al-Kalamu maksurun. The pen is broken.
The pen is broken.
Okay. Haza baytun. Is haza isme ishara?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If it is isme ishara, then we know that isme ishara is always marifa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's marifa, then it is a good candidate for mubtada. Making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then baytun, is it nakira?
Baytun.
Yes.
Nakira.
So
Yes.
there is tanween right there.
Yeah.
When you have both tanweens, then it's nakira, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then is it marifa also? Is it also rafa?
Yes.
Baytun?
Rafa.
Rafa. Yes.
Right, because it's singular. This is a house. Okay, so this is how you look at the nominal sentence. Now, in a nominal sentence, we can have jarun wa majrurun. Okay, so let me refresh your memory about jarun majrurun. And that way you will know what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we said in the nahaf part, we said we have murakkabat. Yes. Okay, murakkabat mean compound
Compounds. And
words, right?
Mm.
Okay, if I say Muslim, is it a compound word?
no.
No, it's singular. It's called mufrad. Yes. If I say Muslimun salihun, is that a compound word?
Yes.
It's compound.
Yes.
It is two,
Yeah.
right? Then I can call it murakkab. Yes.
Yeah.
So we said murakkabat is of two kind, tam and naqis. Who remembers that? Okay. So murakkabat are of two kind. Tam is a
Marcus.
sentence, meaning complete. Okay.
Yeah.
Tam is murakkab tam is sentence. Okay. When is a
Complete
sentence?
sentence and incomplete
It's called
sentence.
Jumla Ismiyyah or Jumla Fi'liya. The message is complete. We can say Zayd is righteous. Yes? Is it a complete sentence?
Yes.
Yes.
Because of this is. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Naqis, we have murakkab
Mukrab Ishara.
jari, murakkab
Idafi.
ishari, murakkab
Idafi.
tawsifi, and then
Usifi,
murakkab izafi. Yes?
Yeah.
Abjadi,
So
Kishari.
we have learned all of these in great details when we were dealing the Nahaf course.
Right.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. So the name gives away the meaning of this. Meaning, this has to do with harf jar. Yes?
Right.
Murakkab jari is from harf jar.
Yeah.
Murakkab ishari is from harf ishara. It's actually ism ishara. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ishara. And then murakkab tawsifi, it is sifa
Mawsuf.
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 Sorry, my handwriting is getting worse. And murakkab idafi is
Mudaf.
mudaf,
Mudaf.
Mudaf ilayh.
mudaf ilayh. So they are a pair. So when you say harf jar, let's say murakkab jari here, it will have two parts. Jar,
Jar.
then the
Majrur.
majrur. Okay, so this is harf jar. Now let's talk about that in a separate. So let me see. We say the rules. Rules were murakkab jari. It starts with harf jar. Yes, and then the thing which comes after, which is normally a noun, it goes into the status of
Jar.
jar. So when something is in the status of jar is known as majroor,
Majrur.
right? When something is in the nasab, what is the status? When something is in nasab status, will be called man,
Mansub.
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 and something is a rafa, then something
Marfu.
will be called
Marfu.
Marfu.
marfu. Okay, Now I'm saying single, married. So this even in English things change, right? When we say safar, musafir, what happened? This musafir is coming. When we say Islam, we say,
Muslim.
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 where is this meme is telling you? That is the person or the thing which is getting acted on, right? So something is rafa, it will become marfu. Something was nasab, it will be called mansoob. Okay? Harf jar, it will be majroor. Okay? So now we need to know there are 17 haruf. Do you remember those 17 haruf?
Yes.
Okay. Then some of them was like min, letter ba,
Yeah.
ila, ala, right?
Mean.
What else? Min, I
No,
got it.
Un,
yeah.
What else?
min, man,
Man. No,
ba,
man is not.
ba,
E.
da,
No.
kaf, lam, ba.
Yeah, lam, right?
Yeah, Lee.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I
Un,
say from the house, okay? So we know that from is jar and the house will be
majroor.
majroor. In Arabic, it's gonna go like this. It's gonna go jar first and majroor
After.
after. And we know that the jar has to be the status, ism has to be in the status of jar. So if I say from will be min and the house will be al.
The,
Al-Bayt.
Yes, is al bayt ism?
Yes.
Yes. Now it in order to make it in the status of jar, is al bayt singular or plural?
Singular.
Singular, we just have to put single kasra here.
Kata. Yeah.
So minal bayti. Okay. So then if you think about this letter ba, then yad,
B-A-D.
right? So over here we need to talk about mudaf, mudafun ilayh. Are you guys with me or am I going too fast?
no,
No, we are okay.
It's
Alhamdulillah.
okay.
So
Alhamdulillah.
mudaf, rule number 1, no al. Yes,
Yes.
the rule for mudaf, no al. So do we have al over here?
Yes.
No,
No, not
no.
there. Not there.
Number
Sorry.
2, no tanween.
It has to be light.
Okay. And number 3, for the mudaf, the only rule I want to give you is that status of
Jar. For mudaf ilayh.
mudafun ilayh. Okay. So now if you look at it, because of this letter harf jar, the yad will become jar.
Yeah.
Agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
And this, because of this mudaf, this is mudaf,
And this
this
becomes
is
mudaf
mudaf
ilayh.
ilayh.
Yeah. Also become
It becomes
jar.
Because of this mudafun ilayh is supposed to be a start of the jar, is gonna be jar. So
Yeah.
biyadihi,
no.
biyadihi.
Wow.
Making sense?
Yeah.
Very much.
Alhamdulillah. So this is how I want you to process this information which is given over here. Tabaraka verb. We got the verb out of that. We are looking for the file. For the file, we are going to look at the whole sentence. Allazi biyadihil mulk. Allazi is ism mawsool. Once I find the sila, that sila becomes this will become a very like a pocket or like a together, and this whole thing allazi biyadihil mulku is become my file. Can everybody see that picture now from this screen, like what's going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Now look at this screen one more time.
Alhamdulillah.
So tabarak is fail. If I know the fail, and it's a siga number 1, I need to find the file. File could be something singular or could be a whole big sentence. Right? So allazi was divided into ism mawsool and sila was a nominal sentence by itself, which was biyadihil mulk. Yes? Now, based on this information, I want to give you another piece of information for your Jumla Ismiyyah. So Jumla Ismiyyah, let's talk about the parts of Jumla Ismiyyah. Parts of Jumla Ismiyyah. we have mubtada. Yes. Then we have
Khabar.
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 We also have muta'alliq.
Muta'alliq.
So these are the three parts of Jumla Ismiyyah. Now, the interesting part is, this is the scenario number 1, where you have mubtada in the beginning, khabar in the middle, and the muta'alliq khabar on the end.
And
Okay? Are you with me on this so far?
Yeah.
Okay. There is another scenario. We can have mubtada and khabar only. There is no muta'alliq.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Then we can also have something like this. Mubtada, muta'alliq,
Muta'alliq and
no
khabar.
khabar. So this muta'alliq is substitute khabar, or in place of khabar. Did you guys get this?
Yes. Following.
Yes?
In place of khabar, yeah.
Okay. So mubtada, khabar, muta'alliq. The minimum is mubtada, khabar, and the sequence is mubtada come first, khabar comes second, most of the time.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Then
Yes.
sometime the khabar will be taken away, but the muta'alliq is normally there, which will be a substitute for khabar. So if I have a mubtada and a muta'alliq, can I say my muta'alliq is khabar?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now this muta'alliq is of two kind. It is jar, majroor, or Shibu Jumla. Now I know that you might not remember Shibu Jumla, but we know jar majroor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so are you with me so far, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I can do also this. I can do khabar mubtada. Is this allowed?
Yes.
Okay, so it's called khabar muqaddam and
Mubtada muakhar.
muakhar. Yes, and why do we have to do this? To create stress, emphasis. Okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used this kind of sequence to highlight something, to give it more emphasis. Yes.
Brother Ravi, can you please repeat that once again?
Okay, sometime the normal sequence of a Jumla Ismiyyah is mubtada and khabar. Mubtada first, khabar comes second. Yes.
Yeah.
But it is allowed that you can bring the khabar first and mubtada later. You with me on that so far, Brother Khurram?
Yes.
And the style is because of you want to create more stress. जैसे उर्दू में मैं बोलूँगा कि इसको आप इसको उर्दू में ज़रा समझें, तो उर्दू में जो ही का जो मफहूम है कि तबार ब्लेस्ड मुबारक है वो ज़ात, कौन सी ज़ात? जिसके हाथ में तमाम हाकिमियत है, और वो कौन है? एंड ही इज़ कादिर ऑन एवरीथिंग. तो यहाँ हम कहेंगे बारिक है वही ज़ात, नॉट वो ज़ात, वही. You see the wahi zat, what is the he part coming from? Is coming from this khabar muqaddam and mubtada muakhar, कि उसी के हाथ में है मुल्क. इसको आप अगर इस तरह से पढ़ेंगे तो you will get the extra stress which you may not get in English language. Am I able to convey that message, Brother Khurram?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go back to here. So sometime we said the mubtada, the khabar can be taken off. So can I say that this sequence is also equally good? Can I say muta'alliq mubtada? If I have mubtada muta'alliq and I know that muta'alliq is my substitute khabar,
Yeah.
It's
It's
same
from the
can I
khabar.
bring the muta'alliq first and the mubtada later?
Yeah. From the first one, yeah. Khabar mubtada.
Yes, right? And I said muta'alliq is jar majroor. It could be jar majroor or it could be shibu jumla. Okay? So now pay attention again. Look at this sentence. Is bi yadihi, is it jar majroor?
Yes. Yes.
So is it jar majroor? then we know that it's muta'alliq, correct?
Yes.
And al-mulku, is it mubtada?
Yes.
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 Now,
Can everybody
Yes,
see
yes.
that
In a sense, yes.
al-mulku is mubtada?
Yes.
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 So this is the sequence where muta'alliq came first and mubtada came second. Yes. Now muta'alliq, is it my substitute khabar here?
Yes.
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 So this is why this thing is a nominal sentence. Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Follows
Yes.
all the rules.
Sister Nasreen, Sister Homa, are you seeing this?
Yes. Alhamdulillah.
Are you getting goosebumps or not yet?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the reason I'm showing you all these details, that why this mubtada and muakhar and this is important, because you need to know Jumla Ismiyyah. We have learned Jumla Ismiyyah for more than 6 or 7 sessions. Remember that part? Remember when we were going after it?
Yeah.
And we have covered all of this in extreme details. Yes or no, Brother Ijaz? Yes? Brother Ijaz? Okay.
Not
All right.
sure. But there is just yes,
Sister-
we did very
Yes, Sister
detailed.
Lubna is missing today. I don't know if she's there, but yeah, I'm
Assalamu
missing.
alaikum. I'm
she's
here.
there. Mashallah. Okay, well, I need to hear your voice once in a while. Okay. So Jumla Ismiyyah is Mubtada, Khabar, Muta'alliq. Then sometime minimum is Mubtada and Khabar. And sometime the Khabar can come before the Mubtada. It's totally valid, legal, and that is to create emphasis, और अरबी में कहेंगे हसर का मफहूम पैदा करने के लिए. Similarly, Khabar can be mahzoof, it be hidden, but then there is a Muta'alliq, and the Muta'alliq can act as Khabar. Is that concept clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Now look at this one then. Now tell me, based on what I've just told you, you guys will do the analysis now. Okay, is huwa, what kind of pronoun is this?
Detached. Independent.
This is a
Independent.
detached,
Independent.
right?
Independent.
Now, detached pronouns, what is the status of that?
Nasab. Oh, no.
Rafa.
Huwa is rafa. Agree?
Yeah.
Now, as soon as I see a huwa in the beginning, what we just said, that a Jumla Ismiyyah starts with a noun which is known as mubtada. But what are the conditions for mubtada? That it has to be marifa and it has to be rafa. Is detached pronouns are marifa?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So can I say this is my mubtada?
Mubtada.
If I have my mubtada, then what are the two other parts I'm looking for?
Khabar.
Muta'alliq. Khabar or
And the muta'alliq.
Khabar or
Okay.
mutabil.
Now, if I read this, and if I, for example, if I hide the ala kulli shayin qadir, okay, if this is hidden and you only know huwa qadirun, is huwa mubtada and qadir khabar?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you guys with me on this?
Yes.
Yes.
That means this is my khabar. Then what is ala kulli shay? I know Allah is harf jar.
Everything.
Harf jar, right? Allah is harf jar. Are you with me so
Yes.
far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is kulli is a special kind of mudaf.
Special mudaf. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is mudaf and shay'un will be mudafun ilayh. Okay. Why is it in the status of jar? So I can say kulli shay is mudafun ilayh. Agree?
Yes.
Then this together, I need to find a majroor, correct?
Yeah.
If I have Allah, then has to be a majroor. Then I said
This is-
majroor.
This is majrur.
Yes. Then is majroor muta'alliq?
Yes.
And is it muta'alliq the khabar?
Yes.
Yes. So based on that information, I can say that this sequence can be written like this also. Mubtada, muta'alliq,
Muta'alliq. Khabar.
khabar. Do you see the pattern now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this. So, huwa mubtada, ala kulli shay jar majroor, muta'alliq, qadirun khabar. Is this a nominal sentence?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And is there a harf ataf in between?
Yes.
No.
So, पाक है वो
Oh,
अल्लाह,
yeah.
पाक
Very
है वो
good.
ज़ात, जिसके हाथ में है बादशाही और वो हर चीज पर कादिर है, और वो ही हर चीज
वो
पे
ही, या
बात समझ में आई?
Yeah.
पाक है वो ज़ात जिसके हाथ में है तमाम बादशाही और वो उसी के हाथ में है हर चीज़, और वो हर चीज़ पे कादिर है, और वो ही हर चीज़ पे कादिर है। चाहिए? ओके, अब इसको लेट्स लुक एट इन फ्रॉम द इंग्लिश पर्सपेक्टिव. When we are doing it word for word, we can go, blessed is he in whose hand is the dominion, and he is over everything, all powerful. Do you see it crystal clear? Everything exactly what we learned,
Yes.
Yes.
right? But when we say it in a continuous language, where we say balagha, that the English has a style, so we need to restructure the sentence for the user, for the benefit of the user. So blessed is he in whose hand is dominion, and he is over all things competent. Even that is not very fluent. So उर्दू में आप देखें कैसे लिखा हुआ है, वो खुदा अल्लज़ी,
जिसके
राइट, वो
हाथ
खुदा जिसके हाथ में बादशाही है. अब देखें द सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर इज चेंज, राइट?
Yeah.
वो खुदा जिसके हाथ में बादशाही है, बड़ी बरकत वाला है, और वो हर चीज पर कादिर है. मेकिंग सेंस?
Yeah. So here, brother Abid, badi barkat wala this is just added here.
Yes, because tabarak is
Oh yeah. But, yeah.
Yes,
So
you have
coming
to,
from Tabarak.
every language has their own ways of quantifying things, right?
Yeah.
So ab badshahi badi barakat wala, because that's the hasr we are trying to create, that he is the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Emphasis.
Okay.
वाह
So, right. So look at this. Inshallah, you can also pick up the information I gave you. Look at this. Biyadihi is a harf preposition. There is a noun and there's a pronoun. Did I not tell you that?
Yeah.
Yes.
And al-mulku is a noun. Yes, and it's rafa. Why? Because it's al-mulku.
Al-Mulk.
Now let's look at the other one we haven't looked at yet. Wahua, the waw is conjunction, which is harf ataf. Huwa is a pronoun. Ala kulli shay is jar majroor. You see now why these arrows are telling you that this kulli and shay is mudafun ilayh to kulli, and this whole thing is majroor to ala. This is how you need to map it out. And what is he saying? This is mutallik, the khabar, and this kadirun is the khabar to this huwa. Is the mapping is making sense to you now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So in this one, hour or so, we have covered part of it. We still have a lot of things to discuss. Okay, so let me show you this document I put together. And I was here when I was showing you that if you have mubtada, then you have fil masjidi, Muhammadun fil masjidi, then Muhammadun is marifa, right? Is a proper noun, is alam.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is rafa.
Yes.
Is he going to qualify as my mubtada?
Mubtada.
Yes.
Is fi harf jar?
Yes.
Yes.
Fil masjidi is a ism al majroor?
Majroor.
Yes.
Is fil masjidi jar majroor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. It is also known as Shibu Jumla. Okay. When you have jar majroor or we have mudafun ilayh, that together is known as Shibu Jumla. Is the khabar here?
Yes.
The Shibu Jumla.
Yeah. The fil masjid is a khabar.
Fil masjidi is the muta'alliq, and the muta'alliq is the substitute khabar here.
Okay.
Is that making sense?
I have a question.
Yes.
This term is new, Shibu Jumla. So
Shibu Jumla, yeah.
that is only describing fil masjidi, that part, or the entire sentence?
No, only fil masjidi.
Fil masjidi. So like
Look at the
jar
yellow part. It's
majroor.
only into the
Right.
yellow part is only for this two words. Okay, so shibu mean similar. Shibu Jumla mean like a sentence. Okay, it's not a sentence, but it is a Shibu Jumla. It is. So when you say in the masjid, it is not a complete sentence. In the masjid, what?
Phrase.
Right? In the masjid, what? Right away a question will come. In the masjid meaning what?
What
Yes?
is in the masjid? Yeah.
It's a
Yes,
fragment.
it's a murakkab jari.
Yeah.
Jar Majroor is Murakkab Jari, right?
Yeah.
Brother
We
Abid,
talked about that. Yes, Brother Khurram.
sorry to interrupt. So the Shibu Jumla is, in English, they call it as a phrase and it has a preposition. It's not a complete sentence.
Not a complete sentence. So,
It's
sorry, Sister Oneda, you want to say something?
yes, because I haven't done this course with you, but as far my understanding, that's fragment. So its fragment is murakkab
Yes,
in
Murakkab
Urdu.
Naqis. Fragment
Okay.
is
Naqis,
Murakkab
like a
Naqis.
phrase, like
Okay.
Brother Furan
Oh.
said.
Okay, Mudaf. Let me try to tell you what happens. If there is a Murakkab Jari or Murakkab Tawsifi, Izafi, that combination can be known as Shibu Jumla. Making sense?
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's go back to our slide number, this one. So when I was saying that in Arabic we are dealing with murakkabat, yes, murakkabat mean compound word, more than one word put together. So murakkab is of two kind in Arabic. We call murakkab tam or murakkab naqis. Agree? Murakkab tam is a known as Jumla. Why? Because the Jumla is complete. An example I said, Zayd is righteous. Yes? If I
Yes.
say tall boy, is that
That
a
is
sentence or is it a
no.
fragment?
Naqis.
Fragment.
Fragment.
Right?
Fragment.
And this murakkab tawsifi, because I'm telling you the
About the
sifa
sifa.
of the boy. Right? If I say Zayd's son, what am I telling you?
Is
That is
muta'alliq.
tam.
No. Zayd's
No,
son
sorry.
is
Son
mudaf,
is tam.
mudaf ilayh.
Mudaf.
Because
Oh.
mudafun ilayh is where you do see the relationship, where you see the
Yeah.
ownership.
Yeah.
Yes? So these are the murakkab naqis, and murakkab naqis of four kind: murakkab jari, murakkab ishari, murakkab tawsifi, murakkab izafi, and they are all in couples, like they are in the form of pair. They need to have, I don't know where
Two parts.
parts. Where did I put it? Okay, I think I put it somewhere. I put it where I said for murakkab ishari you have jar majroor. No.
Yeah.
For ishari you have ishara and musharun ilayh. For jari you have jar and majroor. For tawsifi you have sifa and mawsuf. For idafi you have mudaf and
Mudaf Allah.
Okay, so with that information, keep in mind what I'm saying. So Shibu Jumla is basically a combination of harf jar or majroor, or it could be mudaf ilayh. Now look at the other sentence. It is on a table. This is a Jumla Ismiyyah, right? So huwa is mubtada. Everybody agrees why huwa is a mubtada?
Yes.
Detached pronouns are rafa in status, and in capacity they are ma'rifa. Yes, these two qualities qualifies for a mubtada. And is it in the starting position?
Yes.
Yes.
So huwa is my mubtada.
Mubtada.
Yes.
Mubtada.
Ala maktabin, maktab table ko kehte hain, right? On the
Yeah.
desk. So this is jar majroor. Agree with me?
Yeah.
Now the khabar is mahzoof here, but we are using the mutalik as the khabar. We said it is perfectly allowed to do that. Agree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now look at this one. Mudafun ilayh with nominal sentence. Muhammadun Rasulullahi. So is Muhammadun, is it mubtada?
Yes.
Sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
Sallallahu.
We know that he's alam, that means this marifa is a proper noun. Yes. And then is it rafa or not?
Yes.
Is it rafa?
Yes.
Is it in the starting position?
Yes.
Yes.
So is it mubtada or not?
Yes, sir.
Mubtada.
Mubtada.
Yes.
Okay, now the khabar is that he is the messenger of Allah. Yes.
Yes.
So Rasulullahi is the mudafun ilayh. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, that means that becomes the khabar. What are the khabar we are giving you about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? That he is the
He's the
messenger of
messenger
Allah.
of Allah.
So this is also example of a Shibu Jumla, because Rasulullahi. Now, is there a al on Rasul?
No.
Is there a tanween on the Rasul?
No.
No. Is Allah in the status of jar?
Yes.
Yes.
So that combination make it mudafun ilayh.
I was just going to ask, like the kasra at the end of Allah,
Yes.
that That
That's
proves that
status
it's
of jar. Yes. See,
khabar.
we can say Allahu, Allaha, Allahi. Can we say that or not? Can we not say that?
Right.
Because he's singular, right? And Allah also has al in it. There is a harf jalala in there, right? Lafz jalala means the al is part of that Allah. Agree? Now in
Yes.
mudaf, do we have a condition that al cannot be part of mudaf in ilayh? We don't
Yes.
have any condition like that. Only mudaf cannot have al.
Mudaf
Yes?
hai karna. Yeah.
Mudaf cannot have al or tanween. Mudafun ilayh can have al, but it has to be in the status of jar. Got it? Now look at the second example. Kalamu at-talibi maksurun. So what is the meaning of this? The student's
And
pen
the
is broken.
student is broken.
Okay. Now kalamu, is it mubtada?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. But is it mubtada by itself or kalamu talibu is the mubtada?
Mudaf ilayh ka talibu.
Because kalamu talibi is mudaf and mudafun
Mudaf
ilayh.
ilayh.
And we learned in the Nahv course that mudafun ilayh can act as mubtada. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Maksurun is broken. That means the
Khabar.
student's pen is broken. So is that the khabar?
Yes.
Okay. So we are only on page number 5. You still have a lot to cover. Now in the gender and nominal sentence, if I say Fatima, then I'm going to say Fatimatu talibatun.
Talibatu.
As-sayyaratu jadidatun.
Jadidatu.
Hazihi dajjajatun. Tilka nafizatun. Is it all feminine?
Yes.
Mubtada is feminine, khabar is feminine.
Yes.
Mubtada is singular, khabar is singular.
Yeah.
Remember those rules?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Muhammadun talibun. Mubtada is male and the khabar is male.
Talibun is male.
Al-kitabu jadidun is mubtada and khabar, right?
Khabar.
For muzakkar. Muannas is feminine, muzakkar is masculine. Okay. Look at this one. Can we borrow a little bit more time or are you guys ready to go?
We can go a few more minutes.
Is everybody okay with that?
Okay, inshallah.
Okay. So look at this. Khabarun muqaddamun wa mubtada'u muakhkharun.
Muakhkharun.
Early predicate and late subject. Okay. A Shibu Jumla, a phrase or a fragment, for example, jar majrurun, or a adverbial phrase which is zarfun, which is mudaf, mudafun ilayh, can never be mubtada subject even though a sentence may begin with it. So even they cannot be mubtada, but they can come in the beginning in the place of mubtada. Yes, we talked about that already.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So over here, ar-rajulu fil bayti. That is okay. Ar-rajulu, is it marifa?
Yes.
Is it rafa?
Yes.
Is it still in the starting position?
Yes.
So mubtada is okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Now look at that. Fil bayti is a jar majroor.
Yes.
So in the first example, the combination is the proper combination.
Proper combination.
Mubtada first and mutalik comes next, which can be act as khabar. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is jarun majroorun also known as Shibu Jumla?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we'll say fil bayti rajulun. Now what we have done, fil bayti is in the beginning and rajulun in the end. That is, so the khabar is muqaddam and mubtada is muakhar.
Yeah.
Muakhar means late and khabar first, right? Is fil bayti rajulun. Yes?
Yes.
Any questions on that? Now we should be clear on this, right? We have talked about the whole thing. Okay? Now look at this. Amam al-masjidi hadikatun. Amam means front.
Front.
Not because imam is also in the front, right?
Yeah.
So amam al-masjidi hadikatun. Hadika is a garden.
Garden.
A garden is in front of the masjid. Now hadikatun over here, amam al-masjidi. Is it mudaf mudafun ilayh? Because amam is a special kind of mudaf.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody with me on that? Why
Yes, everybody.
amam is mudaf? Because these are special mudaf.
Special.
If there is a mudaf, then there has to be a mudaf in ilayh. Correct?
Yes.
Somebody is asking a question, Brother Khurram. Did I hear
Yeah,
you?
was it, is it also a jar majroor?
No. Over here, look at this. Amamil masjidi. You have to start. Is amam a harf jar?
No.
So it cannot be jar majroor, correct? For jar majroor, it has to start with a harf jar in the beginning, correct?
Sure. Okay. Yes.
Right? Look over here. Fi is harf jar. So yes, is jar majroor. Now we're talking about jar majroor and mudafun ilayh as a shibu jumla, correct? So the second example is the example of mudafun ilayh, because amam here is zarf. Remember we talked about zarf zama and zarf makan, adverb of time and place.
Okay.
Yes. So zarf amam mean front. Is that a place?
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
तो कहेंगे zarf zama. Zaman mean zarf makan, because makan mean a place. Yes. So over here, the Shibu Jumla is composed of mudafun ilayh. Now look at the mudaf. Does it have al?
No.
Is there a tanween?
No.
Il masjidi in the status of jar?
Yes.
And there is al allowed on the mudafun ilayh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So this is mudafun ilayh, and hadikatun is the mubtada muakhar. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. So with this, let me see what else. Okay, look at this. If you want to know types of khabar, a khabar can be of the following. It could be one word, which is mufrad. Mufrad means singular, one word. Okay, examples are al-kitabu jadidun, Muhammadun talibun, al-Qur'anu kitabullahi. Making sense?
Mhm.
It could be jarun majroor, shibu jumla. Is that not what I've been telling you from the beginning of the class? That there is a shibu jumla and it could be a combination of jarun majroorun or zarf, which is also mudafun ilayh. For example, al-kitabu al-maktibi, al-imamu fil masjidi, alhamdulillahi. Yes. Al-kitabu taht al-maktabi, as-sayyaratu amam al-bayti, al-mudarrisu inda al-mudiri. Inda is also a special kind of mudaf, meaning with. Mudir with the boss. The teacher is with the principal. Then a khabar can also be a Jumla Ismiyyah itself. Agree? And a khabar can also be a Jumla Fi'liyah. Good? Okay. So with this information for tonight or for today, we'll call it off. But please take a look. There's a lot of material I have put here for you guys to study and refresh your memory. You will learn everything about mudafun ilayh,
Inshallah.
mawsool, and then there is a more information. I have combined all the documents related to this subject in one place. That's why there are 162 pages. Jazakallah.
Wow.
Okay. Now, this one, I will only share verse number 1 with you because I don't want you to get ahead of me and get confused. And this one, I will give you completely, inshallah, all of it. Okay. And then
Are you
whatever
going to
notes
send
I have written.
this to us?
Yes, the notes I have written here, I will share it with you as well, inshallah, after the class.
Inshallah.
Okay. Now, quickly, just give me a 1 or 2%. Did we find it beneficial?
Very
Yes,
good.
indeed.
Very good.
Alhamdulillah.
Very good. Very informative.
Was
MashaAllah.
it a eye opener, like how what we have been doing all this time and why that is
Yes.
important?
Yeah.
Every little information you have gathered now, you are ready to apply it in a big picture.
Yes.
And was it hard once you realize what you're dealing with?
No.
No, you just have to keep focused on the terms.
Yes.
And
So what I would need from you, then I couldn't get a chance to go over here, but you need to also look at these. Something happened here. You need to look at this also when you get a chance, because these are all the tools I have given you, and they should make you very, very what do you call informative about this. Let me just quickly see if I can show you what I mean. So look at this, tabarak. You see that? Now you get to know the rest of the meaning.
Mhm.
Yes, and you can also do the same from here. By the way, you can also go to page number 1, and when you want to know more about a word, click on it, and then you will get more information about it, right? Okay, if you click one more time, then you will get the word for word translation, and then you can go ahead and understand what this is. Okay, so with this, inshallah, jazakallah khairan, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Inshallah, we'll have one more class next week, and I hope you enjoyed and you benefited. Jazakallah khairan.
Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair.